So Interpol confirmed that 260 scammers, they were arrested across 14 African countries, and more than 1,200 phones, they were seized. These are the phones which they were using on their victims. So Interpol wanted to arrest as many scammers who operate online, and so they had an operation which was funded by UK. So these are the African countries and their victims. So number one is Ghana, 68 suspects, 108 victims, 835 phones, and they recovered $70,000 out of $450,000. Number two is Senegal, 22 suspects, 120 victims. They recovered $34,000 and they seized 65 phones. Number three is Ivory Coast, 24 suspects and 809 victims. This is a lot, 809 victims, and they seized 29 phones. Number four is Angola, 8 suspects and 28 victims, both domestic and international victims. So among other countries are Benin, Burkina Faso, Gambia, Equatorial Guinea, Kenya, Nigeria, Rwanda, South Africa, Uganda, and Zambia.
Major breaking news. This will shock you. Interpol, International Police Operation, has just arrested 260 people from 14 nations across Africa because of cybercrime, scammers. And let me tell you, this operation was carried out across the African continent, and it was funded by the United Kingdom because of high rate of scamming. And these are the nations that were actually found guilty. Ghana turning out to be number one, whereby 68 people were arrested. You won't believe these Ghanaians. Number two, we have Ivory Coast, whereby 24 people were arrested. Number three, we have Senegal, whereby 22 people were arrested. Number four, we have Angola, 8 people were arrested. And these are the other nations where people were found guilty. We have Gambia, we have Guinea, we have Benin, we have Kenya, we have Rwanda, we have Uganda, we have South Africa, we have Nigeria, we have Zambia, and we have Burkina Faso. You won't believe Nigeria was actually found with a very few number of scammers, because Nigeria has been actually in major news that Nigeria has got a big number of scammers. But in the Interpol interrogation, the number of scammers in Nigeria was literally small, which shows you that there are nations that are actually the giants of this. Oh my God.
The days of scammers operating in Africa are almost over. Interpol has been working with African governments to make sure they take down all these scammers that are operating in Africa. Right now, they have announced they have arrested 260 suspects connected to scamming. And not just that, they also seized over 1,200 phones which are connected to all this scamming. Interpol did not just say, hey, we arrested these 260 and that's it. They said the countries they're from, how much they were found with, and also the numbers of victims. This is just crazy. So, in fact, I have the list right here. So in Ghana, 68 suspects were arrested. They had scammed 108 victims. Also, 835 phones were recovered that were being used in scamming. Also, $70,000 was recovered out of $450,000 that was scammed out of the 108 victims. Next up is Senegal. 22 suspects were arrested. They had scammed 100 victims. Also, 65 phones were recovered, and also $34,000 was recovered that was obtained by means of scamming. Next up is the Ivory Coast. 24 suspects were arrested, and get this, they scammed 809 victims. Can you believe this? 29 phones were recovered. Next, Angola. 8 suspects were arrested. They had scammed 28 victims. And I'm telling you, these victims, they're not just Africans. They're from all over the world. Other countries are involved, but details about them have not yet been released. Those countries are Benin, Burkina Faso, Gambia, Equatorial Guinea, Kenya, Nigeria, Rwanda, South Africa, Uganda, and Gambia. It seems like scammers have become too comfortable in Africa, and thanks to Interpol, who are being funded by the UK, they are now putting a stop to all this scamming.
Guys, shocking news everywhere. Yesterday, the news outside, 14 African countries that is involved in cyber crime, romance scam, scammers, Yahoo boys. The country you will see, you will not believe. That is why I always tell you guys, the way you make Nigeria look useless on media, it's not nice, it's not funny, because all of you are involved in this shit. You don't want to work, you want to make money, you want to live your life, you want to sleep and wake up any time of your choice. And you always come along and bully Nigeria and put shit on Nigeria. We said, let's look into the news. 260 people were arrested because of this cyber crime. The number one on the list, the top of them, the general of all them all is Ghana. 68 people were arrested in Ghana, followed by Senegal. 22 arrests in Senegal. Ivory Coast 24. They have the highest scammers. They scam the highest number of people. Ivory Coast. Then Angola number 8. Angola is so quiet you will never even believe that they know anything like this. But they involve. Followed by the Gambia. Just well. What can I say? Gambia is involved. Then Benin is involved. Guinea, Kenya, Rwanda, Uganda, South Africa, Nigeria, Zambia, and Burkina Faso. They finally disgrace us. Imagine. The one that pay me the most. God, the president is working hard. The useless citizens, they are scamming on media. Now Interpol crash them down now. They go carry them. We not miss them. 260 men arrest. Now they are going to face their consequences. But I want you to know that all the bully insult you are giving to Nigeria is now all of you go share them. From this 14 country, you people go share them. Let me know here you make noise about Nigeria. Nigeria has scammer, Nigeria has powder. You people, you do it too. You are the same. They are your brothers. This thing is in your blood. So stop. All of them are using Nigeria identity just to disgrace Nigeria the more. Don't worry. We will vindicate Nigeria. But Nigeria is part of this shit right now. But we will still let you know not only Nigeria are criminals. South Africa is involved. Ramaphosa, the children are involved. Adam Barrow, everybody is involved. What can we do? Let Interpol carry them.
Guys, we have very disturbing news that is coming from Africa. So Interpol, right, the International Police Corporation, they have been carrying out some investigation about cybercrime in Africa for over 3 months. That it started around July 14th to August, somewhere around August 11th. And recently, about 260 arrests were carried out across 14 African countries. And I'm going to give you a breakdown of those arrests. And hey, the country you are expecting to hear first, you're going to be totally shocked because they are not even the first, nor second, nor third, nor fourth, nor fifth. Here is a breakdown of the arrest. In Ghana, 68 of them were arrested. In Senegal, 22 of them were arrested. In Cote d'Ivoire, 24 of them were arrested. In Angola, 8 of them were arrested. And the rest of the countries that suspects were also arrested were Benin Republic, Burkina Faso, the Gambia, Guinea, Kenya, Nigeria. You get the position where Nigeria figures, right? Everybody was expected that Nigeria would be the first. And I'm going to come back on this because we need to say some truth here. We have Nigeria, Rwanda, South Africa, Uganda, and Zambia. So as I said, the first thing is lots of Africans have always stigmatized Nigerians to be scammers. But I think with this report, now Africans are going to be a little bit just, right? Yes, do Nigerians have scumbags? Yes, they do. But are there scammers only in Nigeria? Hell no, that is not true, right? We got a lot of them in Ghana, and Ghanaians are very good at criticizing Nigerians for having scammers, or they come to Ghana to do scamming. South Africans as well, they always have these loggerheads with Nigerians. Oh, you guys come to our country and you are doing scamming, and we have South Africa as well on the list, right? So we need to be just. I mean, there are a lot of countries in Africa where these arrests were carried out. For example, Angola, you will not even believe that Angolans could kill a mosquito, but you can see what is happening. So, I mean, we should stop throwing everything on Nigerians because this is something that it's beginning to eat right deep into some Africans who are copying bad behavior. So sometimes some of them think, oh, I would use a VPN so that I will not be noticed where I am carrying out these activities from. do not forget, man, when it comes to criminology, when you commit a crime and these guys want to crack down on you, do not forget that the VPN you are talking about is being run by a company, okay? And when they have to trace you, they just need to subpoena that company and they would provide your real location and these guys would fish you out. So instead of wanting to indulge yourself into crime, I advise you to use your gadgets and be legit, right? There are lots of opportunities today on the online platforms. You can make a lot of money clean and clear without having to make someone go through pains. We should not forget when you scam somebody, a lot of people we know today have committed suicide because their last income was taken away from them. There are children who ended up killing themselves because somebody deceived them online and got their nudes and started using that as leverage to extort money from them, and they ended up committing suicide. So this, my brothers and sisters from Africa, it is not something we should encourage. I think we are intelligent enough to do better in any sphere of life. So instead of using your knowledge, your intelligence to perpetrating these kind of acts, I would advise that you put it to the right use. So that is just what I wanted to share with you. I think the news is really been disturbing and it's putting stigma on us. That's the reason why when most of us Africans we are traveling outside of Africa, we get a lot of problems at airports, lots of checks, we are suspected and all of that. Why? Because of all these things that some of our brothers and sisters do, and it ends up falling on all of us. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Thank you so much, and see you in my next one. And hey, Nigerians are not the only ones who are committing cyber fraud in Africa.